Welcome to the last episode of the Dr. Steve Smith podcast. After 41 years of practicing chiropractic in Pasadena, Dr. Smith is retiring on January 1st. Let's take a look back with Dr. Smith at some of the lessons and experiences he's gathered over the past 41 years.
I appreciate all the patients and all the people who've helped me over the years to support my practice. It's been an absolute treasure to gain the skill level that I was able to gain by treating all the folks that I've had. I wouldn't have that if people hadn't been kind enough to believe in me and to allow me to practice on them. I can't begin to say enough to the patients how much I appreciate them for all they've done for me.
For somebody who's starting their career, what advice would you pass?
I think if you can go into the office in the morning with the goal to be kind to people and admire them, you're in the winner's seat right away. When it gets tough and you're having a hard time, just remember you're being given the privilege to help. And that is one of the greatest privileges you'll ever get. And always make sure that the prosperity of the people who work for you is a top priority. If you take care of the prosperity of others, you too will be prosperous.
Do you remember the first day you struck out on your own?
I do. It was like yesterday. I was a block away at 127 North Madison. I had a small desk in my house, and I took it and I set it in the middle of a room, and we took the dining room chairs and put them around the office, and we were in business. And I had a treatment table that was nothing more than a straight bench that I built myself. I went in the office on the first day, and I had a couple of patients. I got my first referral from an attorney here in town. The guy's name was Fazlullah Shaveliati. He was my first patient, and his wife would later come. Ziba Goldfaridon, my first two real patients. I remember when I got my first check from an insurance company and couldn't believe it. I was in business and I got a check. That meant I was a businessman. I'd borrowed $500 from my dad to start that office. I had to pay it back. And in a way, it served me well. I think having the stress of no safety net. It's amazing the kinds of things that you will do when you have no way to go but up. Got to get out and keep doing something to let people know what it is that you have to offer. You can't really offer intervertebral joint degeneration and degenerative joint disease. I mean, how do you offer fixes for that to people? That's the most boring thing in the world. But you can offer yourself. And I think people will look at the person and go, there's a person I can relate to. I like that person. I don't know about their services, but I know about them. And I think you've always got that to offer. And I think the message there is that when you're in business, the first business that you're in is the people business. You're in the people business first and foremost and evermost. It's always going to be that way. You always have to be interested in people and trying to help people and be of service to them. It wasn't until later when I had a patient that had a heart attack and he died and left a couple of kids behind that Robin and I finally made the commitment to start the Pacers and found a way to help people get fit.
Congratulations on 41 and a half years in the city of Pasadena. As we sign off, are there any parting words of wisdom that you would like to give your patients, Pasadena Pacers, anybody in the city of Pasadena? What would you like to leave them with?
I'd just like to leave them with a big thank you. It's been such an honor and a real privilege to serve. I hope I helped. If you were treated by me, I hope I helped you. Keep coming here. The people who are taking over this office are truly extraordinary. If I was any good at all, these people are way better. They're going to carry the mission forward with the best intentions in mind. The practice is in good hands. We're going to leave all the pictures of the Pacers up on the wall and probably be a picture of my wife and I and Dr. Cressy and Dela Cruz, Jerry Rodriguez, Dave Quo. Those people all grew up here. They were trained in the way to practice chiropractic in the way that I did it. Thanks, Pasadena. Thanks, everybody. Love you guys.
Thank you for listening to the Dr. Steve Smith podcast. We'll see you on the roads and trails.